I'm here today to thank the public of the Sunshine Coast and our partners for the great exercise we've had in managing e-waste. Over the last several months, Council's been offering a free e-waste service, so computers, televisions and the like have been brought to our resource recovery centres, and we've had over 500 tonnes delivered. Of course, in the past, a lot of that material would have ended up in landfill.
The danger of putting this sort of material into the ground is that it will leach dangerous chemicals. Mercury and that sort of thing is a significant problem in terms of landfill, and that's why landfill is becoming more expensive. We now have to seal landfill to try and prevent some of that leachate from entering into the environment.
Our objective's got to be to keep as much material out of landfill as possible and ensure there's as much recycling done as possible.
95% of the materials that go to make up televisions and computers can actually be recycled, and a significant amount of that is recycled here in Australia, but some specialist components do go to Hong Kong for recycling.
The TVs and that are taken to a factory in Brisbane from here, where the cases are then taken off. They then get compacted and sent back to Hong Kong for recycling. The glass is then taken out, the cone is taken off, which then gets broken down into copper, plus the plastics for the surrounds on it. The glass is then broken into two pieces. The front glass, the flat piece here you see, is a plain glass. The back shaped glass has actually got lead in it. That's then taken to Port Pirie, where the lead is extracted and the glass is then used as separate applications. Also there are aluminium heat sinks, those are recycled. The motherboards are shredded and they're taken also to Hong Kong, where it's a high quality recycling to recover the precious metals and special materials.
Council will keep this in operation, and we thank our supporting partners for that as well.
So up until recently, only about 17% of televisions and computers were recycled in Australia. So the federal government began the National Television and Computer Recycling Scheme. So DHL Supply Chain was the first co-regulatory arrangement under the scheme, who was allowed to go ahead and start putting together drop zones across Australia to help councils and communities, small business to recycle their e-waste. So we partnered with Sunshine Coast Council, and we've supplied bins, transport and recycling free of charge for the community to make use of, and then that charge gets passed on to the liable parties, so companies who are importing e-waste into Australia now have to help recycle it.
Council's aim is to keep as much material out of landfill as possible. Landfill's quite an expensive way to deal with waste, and in that regard Council's looking at every way possible to divert material from landfill, not just e-waste of course, we're also diverting mattresses from landfill and green waste from landfill, etc.
So this is a wonderful example, and to highlight how much 500 tonnes is, think of it as 12 humpback whales or a jet airliner taking off. So this is a really outstanding achievement by our community, and I guess demonstrates their uptake in terms of recycling habits and their acceptance of how important that is if we are to be Australia's most sustainable region.